LegalWilliamsLawFirm.com. Whether you've been injured in an accident, you're preparing for a future with your estate planning, you're getting ready to close in on a real estate deal, or you're about to welcome a new addition through adoption into your family, or you're facing criminal charges, you need very experienced attorneys, and that is what the Drake Williams Law Firm will be able to do for you in navigating the legal system. The door to their cozy office in historic downtown Ponchatoula has been open since 1981. They have helped thousands and thousands of Louisiana families and individuals win cases, close on real estate deals, and regain that peace of mind. Their lawyers over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, Ernie Drake III, Ryan J. Williams, and Summer Vicnair, are very determined, compassionate, and dedicated to their craft. It's the Drake Williams Law Firm, DrakeWilliamsLawFirm.com. Give them a call today at 985-386-7600. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by.
I'm getting better. You know, some people, Mike Jones Jr., LSU starting middle linebacker, join us. I have been known or called over the last couple of weeks. You will enjoy this. The Mike Jones Jr. of the podcast game. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's a great thing. You know, a lot of room to show a lot of people some great things this year. That's what you're giving this year.
Okay, so right. Like, ain't nothing changed, but my change, we gonna stay the same, right? Like, I'm Mike Jones. Don't act like you don't know the name. All right. I'm done kidding. Mike Jones Jr. join us. Everybody do us a favor. Hit the like and share. Fire in your questions. Hashtag Ask Mike. Listen, man. It's a lot of buzz around the Tigers right now, whether it be recruiting, whether it be you guys on the field. I heard a little birdie tell me that Coach Flynn even put a little workout on y'all yesterday at 1:30. I'm not going to say who told me. But y'all getting a little ready, man. It seems like the team is getting ready. Like, everybody's ready to start hitting, getting the pads on, and they're ready to go, Mike. I mean, I know the coaches are talking about it. What about the players?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I can at least say for myself, like, I looked at my watch today and I was like, July 6th? Is it? I don't even know. Is it the 6th or 7th? I don't know if that was today or yesterday.
Yeah, that's today.
But you know what I'm saying, man, it's already July. And I remember, like, it was May not that long ago, and the spring game had just ended. I'm like, we back at it next month now. So the energy has definitely changed, man. Guys are excited, you know, and you know, we just that much closer to opening day down in New Orleans.
Did you play Florida State when you were at Clemson?
Yes, I did.
What's that like? What's that rivalry like? What can you share us about kind of the intensity about the Florida State fan base? Like, did you go to Tallahassee when you were in Clemson?
So my freshman year, we went there. I redshirted. Sophomore year, they came to us. I played that year. And then my third year, COVID year, and they canceled the game once we got into Tallahassee.
Oh, man.
Wasn't too happy about that one.
So, like, what did y'all do? I know what y'all did. Y'all read y'all's Bibles in the hotel room. Y'all read those. That's crazy. So, what do you remember though about your freshman year? Do you remember anything about it? Do you remember like just how like the fan base? Like, what can we expect? Will they travel there? Like, even when y'all played them at Clemson, did the fan base travel a lot to South Carolina?
I think they did. They for sure brought a good little bit of fans. They did, but I don't know if they were having their best year or not that year, you know. And we were having a pretty good year, so you know, I think they kind of knew what was up.
Is that the Natty year?
Sophomore year. That was the year. That was LSU year.
Oh, okay. Oh, so your freshman year is the year that y'all went undefeated and won the Natty, right?
Yeah. Everyone sophomore year, it was down here in New Orleans.
Mike, did you see Burrow and them during your spring game? Did you see Joe? Did you get to talk to him?
And I missed him. You know, the offensive guys always find the offensive guys, man. And
yeah, stupid offensive lineman and you know, stupid Clyde. Oh, you want a Natty? See, I was envisioning that you walk up to Joe Burrow and just like, hey, man, can you not throw passes that good? You know, that's what I imagine.
That's the PTSD about that dude, man. I don't know if I'm ready to talk to him.
I wouldn't either. I mean, he's got perfect hair. He's got perfect quarterback physique. Pause. I mean, it just it's crazy. Mike, let me ask you. When we talk about the season, there's so many things that we could repeat and recycle, repeat and recycle. Yeah. But I think the fan base is starting to buy in to not even the team, but the coaching staff. It always happens because of recruiting.
Yeah.
Look, do you feel that? Do you feel the fan base starting to get like the wave, the title baseball season's over with, like the tidal wave is starting to come? Do you start feeling that in it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And more recently, I've seen all these guys commit to LSU. And now, like, I'm seeing people like, oh, yeah, y'all thought Coach Kelly was done, and it's good to see that, the fans are really starting to get back behind these guys, man. We got a great staff, man. We did a great job of bringing the right guy in, man, and bringing the right group of guys in. And, that's a part of the reason I came back. I came back because I believed in them, and they could help me develop in the player I wanted to be, and I feel like you look at LSU, you look at the future of LSU, man, I say we're in a really good spot, to be where you want to be if you're going to be one of them top programs that are consistently, competing at that playoff level every year. I feel like we really have the staff to be one of those programs.
I mean, you just brought the heat on that one, my brother.
I believe that. I believe that 100%.
I feel it. I feel it. Look, I tell you, I'm about to run through this wall. I mean, like my name's Ed Orgeron, like Coach O. I mean, he'd make me go run through a wall too, But that's interesting. Deshaun Womack committed on our show Monday, and that was, great young man from Baltimore. But yeah, I mean, it's always gets intense with the fans and stuff like that. Mike, listen, defensively, we've talked about, and it's starting to come out in these preseason polls and your guys up front, and we talked about it and we projected it. Mike, you've mentioned to us multiple times, and everything that you said on the show has become pretty factual so far. Mike, I mean, this front seven, man. You, Greg, Mike, Baskerville, BJ, Roy, Smith, Gay. I mean, what do you say, man? Because now it's starting to get intense when you see other people outside of LSU saying that you guys could be one of the best units in the front sevens in the country. Yeah. How do you humble yourself, but while still having that intensity, like, hey, we're some bad dudes out here too?
Yeah. I think, man, and this is like the way I feel like we all think, man. We are all driven so much on like wanting to be great, that it's like not about the outside noise at all. We really got a group that really wants to put some great football on film, wants to go out there, dominate, execute, and win big games, And so I feel like when you're driven by wanting to have success, you don't worry about the noise, the verbal success before the season. That stuff doesn't do nothing for you. We want our flowers when we win, And
right.
I feel like we really all have that mindset, and so it's easy to stay humble, man. We got a hungry group. We got a really hungry group, man, and I'm glad to see it because like to know other guys think like me, that really makes me. I mean, of course, I've been believed, but like just to know they thinking the same, what I'm saying? That's when I feel like you click as a defense, especially when you got, because my mindset is crazy. I want to dominate everybody, and these guys, they do too, man, and we're hungry for it, and I'm excited to see how the season plays out, man, especially if we're out there executing and playing to the level that I know we can play.
One more, and we'll get to some of these fan questions in here for you. Mm-hmm. How much of that 2018 Clemson front seven and you learning behind guys like Isaiah and that whole defensive lineman, y'all still got defensive linemen getting drafted from that 18 class. It's crazy to me that y'all had like 77 different defensive linemen in the first round. It's ridiculous. But how much did you learn from that defense and that front seven that was so good and translating it now to the front seven that you're running up front with the guys that you are here now with LSU?
Yeah. I would say that I learned more little things about, great defensive football then. I watched the way those guys worked with each other, and just the time they spent with each other outside of football, and when it translated to the field, man, these guys were out there battling for each other, every week. And you're going to play to a higher level when your guys depending on you. And I saw that over and over and over. You know, I saw the way that they communicated with each other, you know, just played off each other, man. And that's one thing that really got me excited, you know, with the group that we have now, you know. That was, like I said, that 2018 was a super talented group, man. And I believe we have that same type of talent. You know, I don't know if we got an Isaiah Simmons on our team.
You. I ain't laughing. I mean, hey, all I heard was, I mean, they thought that, you know, you could play tailback. You could play running back. I mean, you could play tight end, wide receiver. Mike Jones goes around the locker room telling everybody he's the fastest dude on the team. That's all I heard.
Man, back in my young days, now I'm like, hey, I do my job really well.
All right, listen to me. You know I love you to death. Stop saying you're so old. I'm like 39. Okay, I'm 32. You're too young. Stop it. Well, let me tell you, too, when we were up at Football Ops a couple weeks ago, just seeing the whole team eating in the facility together, everybody kind of joking and ripping on one another. Yeah. You're not a good team if you're not ripping on the next guy, too. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Dang, dog, you got mashed potatoes, son. You know, like, dang, man. All right, let's get to a couple of these fan questions. Chance Babin says, hashtag ask Mike Jones. Can you see yourself working in the media after your NFL career? You have the right personality.
That's a great question. And that's something I actually like really recently just started thinking about. I never thought that, you know, that was what I was going to do. But, you know, I've heard a few people recently have started to say things like that. And now mine's kind of been open to it. And I don't think I could do it. You know, I don't know if that's something that, like, you know, I'll have the opportunity to do. But if the opportunity presented itself, you know, I don't think there's nothing wrong with talking football all the time.
I mean, if not, you can be like Sugar Sean O'Malley and play Call of Duty all day, you know. But I think
man, don't let me be a streamer.
Hey, are you planning on doing one anytime soon?
I will have. I'm gonna have a big stream for sure before fall camp. I'm talking at least 3 hours of gameplay, a real streaming day, like when I'm gonna be a real streamer.
Okay, it was probably one of the funniest things I'd ever heard in my life, especially your cousin. You know, Mike, you just got shot again. You know, like it was. I think you could do both, but seriously, after your NFL career, Mike, why limit it to after? I mean, you see 23 from Golden State. Shoot.
Draymond doing the podcast.
You see Draymond going live legit minutes after a game. Like, I was listening to a podcast and Draymond was like, you see that dude try to shoot that three on me? And I'm like, Draymond, hush. You know, but I mean, the world is so changed. Yeah. I think you're cut out for it, man. I could see you really doing it. You definitely have the personality. Dylan Smith says, hashtag ask Mike. Okay. Best pizza joint in BR. It's got to be Red Zeppelin, right?
I've never been to Red Zeppelin, but I do have some proof for you. My cousin just came down the past week. Let me try to grab this pizza box right here. Schlitz and giggles.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. That is one of my favorite pizzas.
Okay.
It's really good.
We need you to try Rocca's Pizzeria.
Rocca.
Yes, it's on government, not too far from you.
Okay.
You ain't got to get the pizza. Go in there and get Rocca. At this point, you're gonna owe me money. Go in there and get the garlic knots.
Ooh.
No, you gonna come out there swinging I mean, you're gonna come out there swinging like, bro, dude. I'm telling you, they're good.
What about Red Zeppelin? Is that a good place too?
It's the dog pizza. Ooh, fresh out of Italy, dog. I mean, good, man. Fresh out of Italy. The Italianas came to play. You know, like I feel like when they're at Red Zeppelin making a good pizza pie,
yeah.
You know, the song Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, Mamma Mia is playing in back there. You know what I mean? Really good pizza. You gotta try it out. Have you tried anything recently that you hadn't tried before?
Not really, man. My family came down. My sister, she was working doing a little bit of things at the Essence Festival. And so my family came down. I got 50 wings from the Blue Store, and I had And so I'm not got anything new, but they did, and they all really liked them.
Have you talked to Miss Anita yet? You know, like, I want a small red bean. You know, I want a small red beans and rice. Oh, I only want one piece of cornbread. Like, how do you have a piece of cornbread like this big, dog? I mean,
that's how you know it's good, when it's just no size into it.
Man, I feel like she puts her soul into it. Like, I swear to God, I feel like the Holy Ghost is going to enter me when I'm eating. Eating there. Okay, I'm trying to find one more, Mike. Excuse me. Danny Girl says, #Ask Mike. I have seen other schools have a player podcast with a few current players. Is it something that you would like to do in the future? So kind of like the same other one too. Like let me rephrase it in a different way. Would you do the Draymond? Would you do like what Draymond's doing?
I believe I could, but knowing myself and how passionate I get after games, I couldn't do it. Like, I need a whole day to calm down, get over the film, you know, before I can respond, because I'm like doing media after the games. Like, I really have to like really breathe and slow down my breathing and get ready to calm down and put anything that might have irritated me away, because I'm like, after games, I'm still on fire. Like, I'm like, my mind's still racing, thinking about the game the whole time. And so, you know, you can't say, like, you know, you got to watch what you say. And so doing something like that right after, I might say something that might, you know, piss some guys who are going to play off, or, you know, I might say something about the next week opponent that they might play in their team meeting the week before, and now they're mad at me trying to take me out.
Right. Did you see what Mike Jones said? You know?
Yeah, one of them. And so I could do it. I would just have to really plan it out, you know, to give me time to say the best things, to say what needs to be said at the right time.
Trust me, as someone who does this for a living, you do. How Draymond does it, I have no idea. Okay, Mike, you've been fantastic, my man. We'll see you next week. We'll be up there and hanging out, and I still got to give you your chain. I hadn't forgot. Oh, yeah. I wear it to make myself look cool in front of the ladies, especially my wife. But anyway, thank you so much, Mike.